Hey all, Double 18 Set Shadow here. We got some new stuff on TCG Player recently regarding the new promos that come straight from the Bushiroad store. So, Bushiroad had a campaign that I think they started with Anime Expo, and I don't know if they're still continuing it with their online store. But if you buy a certain amount of product, they give you promo packs that have we could say that it's a large amount of reprints, or you could say alternate arts, that are all in frame rare. And this includes these frame rares of the main characters from the Overdress season, as well as the DivineZ season as well. Including what we have here, it's a Yu Yu Kondo critical trigger with a frame rare background. Right now, it's already sold once for $120. And there are no other listings on the market right now. But there are other artworks of the same characters for the different types of triggers between crit, draw, front, and heal. As another example, we also have a critical of Sophie Bell, which currently is listed for $150, but no one has actually picked this one up yet, and that's the only listing that's on the market. The thing is, these promo packs only contain one card apiece, and they don't just showcase characters from the series, they also showcase units from different ride lines or different overall archetypes. I believe they're mostly just ride lines though. For instance, we have one for Shoujo Doji, and this is its grade 2, World Shaper, where currently it's listed for $45. Players have been buying this one for $35 as of late. So, if you've been looking for these promos, no, they are available on TCG Player for purchase now. On the same topic of Shoujo Doji especially being one of the bigger decks to come out of Set 3, I wanted to take a look at a few other support cards there. Like Stealth Fiend Izazo, which has been a big contender for Shiranui up until recently, where now you cannot play the Shoujo Doji ride line as part of Shiranui's ride line. But this card is still moving and can still see play when Shoujo Doji gets its newer support in Set 3. Right now, the double rare is currently at $5, and then the FR has been bought out to the point of $15, where both their market prices, let's see, it's $6.19 right now for the double rare, and it's $8.65 for the frame rare. And when it comes to available prices, the only ones left for the frame rare start from $15, and then we've only got a $24 one after that, so there are only 2 listings. And when it comes to the double rare, the first 3 listings that we have available are all $6 or less. Of course, you got to consider shipping with that too, but that's where it's sitting at right now. We've also got Stealth Dragon Tsukuyo Dachi, which just got reprinted in Festival Booster 2024 as well. So if you're looking to pick up that single foil promo for $25, I'd say hold off there, because remember, that foiling is pretty much the same as the foiling that you get for the special reprint. So honestly, you're just looking for the number and rarity, I suppose, if you're trying to pick up the old foil. If you want and on top of that, the non-foil promo is around the same price as the reprint double rare. So that's $10 for the common, $9.25 for the reprint, and $25 for the foil. And these are all the lowest listings that are available. Market price between the common and the reprint are about $11.50 to $12 respectively, while the original foil's market price is just under $14.50. Nyx Lazelia, which is the Dark Overtrigger, has seen a drop-off since the release compared to most of the other Over Triple Rs, where this was over $20, I think over $25 initially, and the market price is now $15.07, with this card selling right around $15. Of the 2 Overtriggers that are coming out of this set, this one is the more popular one, so I would tend to think that it would hold at least to some degree. Honestly, I don't feel like there's as much utility in this one as there is with the Light Overtrigger, but of course that also depends on the deck type that you're playing. I was covering this on Twitter the other day, but Sea Rumble Brave Shooter has been aligning on its different rarities. And currently, when we take a look at the triple rare, its base listing is at $28, while the silver rare is now only at one listing at $35. But the market prices on both of those are both around $21.50 to $22.50. And the one that's more expensive right now is the triple rare, which is weird. The FFR still has 10 listings available starting from $35. And if we take a look a bit more in detail there, even though it's $35 for the low listing, it's also got a $5 shipping tag, so it's basically $40. So the FFR is $40, while the triple rare is $28 base, and there's, like I mentioned, there's only one silver rare left at $35. Do keep in mind that if you can wait, there should be a second printing of Fated Clash coming up, which should drop the prices back down eventually. Androl is... I want to point out Androl and Direful Dolls in general, as it is one of the decks that could get affected by Set 3's introduction, especially with Shodo Doji messing up any strategies that involve the bind zone. So just reviewing where Androl is right now, it's $5 to pick up for the triple rare, above its market price of $4.50. And then when it comes to the silver rare, that one is just over $11. The market price was $16.90, so basically $17. And then the FFR had a market price of about $41, but its low listing there is $35. In any case, while this deck is still pretty good, I do feel like it gets offset just because of the presence of Shodo Doji, simply because of the use of the bind zone. Torrential Energy Research is still holding on to above $1 for its rare version, and it currently has 17 listings available with a base price of $145 right now. At this point, someone did actually buy a copy for $5 more recently, but otherwise it's mostly been selling around the $1.50 mark, and most of the copies consolidate around $1.80 from the low end. With Archite coming in Set 3, this should retain its value, and I don't know of any reprint that's coming up on the horizon, so I don't see any real drop in value there. But then there's Wisdom of the Beginning that cleared the world, the draw 2 for Cater Sanctuary that saw greater play with its rush strategy with Tedfault. Currently, it's at a market price of about $350, and $369 is the base price. And it has still been getting bought for just over $370. I do want to note that in Japan, there should be a tournament pack reprint for this that got applied. So since we haven't gotten the announcement of our next tournament series packs for August and September, I would probably wait on that announcement. I get the feeling that will probably be one of the cards to go into that tournament pack. But until then, well, $3 for a rare is still not horrible compared to some other prices that you might expect from this game or even some other games. Gratis Gratile, which is the Regulus piece that gives you Persona Ride, is now a straight $21 plus for every single one of its copies that's available on the market right now. For some reason, the market price of the Graham Grace variant of this is lower than the others at about $16.50, but the others are at least $21. And, I mean, between Regulus pieces, you do have to pick your poison. You only can play one, and there are various different options that you can pick. Archie for Kyoka has seen a massive spike in value, and now it's actually been selling for $22 all the way past $30 for a light play, and someone actually bought them for $35 too. There are only 2 listings left on the market starting from a lightly played, so it's $30 to $35 on the market right now, which I did not see this getting this massive. I mean, I know Kyoka was going to be a popular deck out the gate for our new Lyrical DivineZ set, but in terms of competitive prowess, I don't think it's that big. So, I mean, feel free to say otherwise. I'd like to hear any thoughts about that. I like Kyoka, so I already have my set of this, and I'm halfway hesitant to see if I could even get rid of this any higher, but I don't know. I just like Kyoka too much to get rid of these. Flower Cannonball for Michu. Michu has been seeing some decent play with the DivineZ set in Japan as well. And this one I mentioned had been up there in value for its rare anyway, but it's still up there and it's been selling for $5. Most of the copies that are available are consolidated around $5 as well, so $5 is pretty much a consistent for this, and I don't think there are any reprints of this coming up either. Nectar of Sensationalism from Set 2 is a bit down in value compared to its high that we saw a little while ago, but right now it's about $2 to pick up, mostly $2.25 to $3. Those have been the sales that we've been seeing, and consolidation of this card is mostly around $2.25. There are listings that go above $4, but yeah, I mean, I would anticipate you might just want 1 or 2 copies of this, so since you don't necessarily need a full play set, I can't imagine it getting really high up there. Blaster Blade has still been holding on to some pretty good value, especially given that there is a there's still a Japanese variant that you could pick up, which has a different effect that you could play in D format too, but right now, this card has still been selling for $15 to $20, and in terms of available listings right now, they're mostly over $18 to pick up. No real consolidation here, unless you want to count that last listing as the only one that has a playset or more, but then that's $30 when you count the shipping and handling for a single copy. Yeah, Blaster Blade is not really dropping anywhere, and given that it is the original and one of the more iconic units of Vanguard, it's also no surprise. And the last card to cover today is Skullwitch Nemain on that same topic. It's currently a low of $9.50, and it's been getting bought recently for $8 all the way to $15, which is interesting to see. And there is some consolidation of this card heading towards $15 versus there are a few copies that are still available for just under $10 to pick up. But ultimately, this card just continues to go back and forth a lot between $10 to $20. Any higher than that's usually rare, but it's not impossible. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.